Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for another Chelsea news show, guys. There is a lot happening in regards to Chelsea Football Club. Tons as we speak at the moment. We've been told that Chelsea have bidded for Lavia on 48 million deal, which we're still waiting for Southampton's response, even though we've been told it's been rejected. The Caicedo news is heating up. We're being told that Liverpool are interested for Caicedo, but we're also now being told that Bayern Munich or another individual who are interested in signing Caicedo as well, supposedly a freeway as well. He's ill. Yeah, in regards to Ben Jacobs guy, he messaged me this morning. He's not well. He's woke up with a sore throat and he's unwell, so he's unable to make it in today. He's going to promise. He did promise me to try and get on early next week, so Monday or so he'll be with us as well. But we've got loads to get into. There's tons, guys. There's absolutely tons. Make sure you're smashing a like, subscribing to the channel as well. Get these likes up, guys. Get these likes up. I want over 100 likes on both channels as well. Bayern Munich are supposedly interested in him as well. One second, guys. Pies will be joining us. Pies will be joining us at 1:30, guys. Pies will be joining us, guys, at 1:30 today, just to give us some more updates. So lots going on in between that. Sorry, let me just quickly send him the link. It's going to be a long show for sure. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to send this to Pies. So, yeah, so Pies will be joining us, guys, at 1:30 to go through all the updates that are available. But like I said, we're being told it's a freeway at the moment as well between Liverpool, Bayern and Chelsea for Caicedo. I find that very hard to believe. We're going to get into that as well. We're going to talk about the signing of Tyler Adams. Here we go on Tyler Adams. He is a Chelsea player. Are you guys happy in the chat on this deal as well? It'd be interesting to know how you guys feel about that. Make sure we're smashing the likes, guys, as well. Run it up as much as we possibly can. And it's cue that intro. People, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for another Chelsea news show for you guys. And it is heating up massively. So much going on in a short space of time. We were being told that Chelsea, Chelsea wanted Caicedo. See them. Being told that Chelsea wanted Caicedo to be at Chelsea before the Liverpool game. What are we now? We're 2-3 days away from that happening. There's talks about Lavia to Chelsea as well at 48 million. What was the meaning behind that? What were Chelsea trying to do with that? We're going to talk. We've got CFC Pies joining us at 1:30 today. So the next 40 minutes gives me enough time to go through all of what's up to this point now. Then we'll bring Pies in, and then we'll talk about any more news, get his thoughts, any more breaking that he knows as well in regards to everything that's going on with Chelsea Football Club as well, guys. So lots happening in today's show. Make sure you stay with us as we go through all of this as well. Keep getting the likes up in between it. There's nearly over 200 people in here already, guys. Keep running it. Big love to every single one of you that are currently here at the moment. I can't see you all. I'll try and see if I can just quickly fly through that. Lucas, AE7, welcome. Jack, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you. Adnan, Jamar, how we doing? Mope, Leo, Adnan, Joey, Ashraf's in the building. Who else have we got here, guys? Steve, Vince Nall. Who else have we got here? Vic, how you doing, brother? Carlito's in the building as well. He says Tyler Adams. Are you guys happy about that deal? That's an interesting one. Tyler Adams to Chelsea. Is that one that actually makes you feel right? Yeah, good job. Matty's here as well. And our name club has entered the race too. Well, it's very interesting that, and I'm going to say this, ain't it very interesting that the big uns, and I'm talking about the Fabrizios and the Ornsteins, are very quiet in and around this Caicedo thing. I don't see them picking up on Matt Law stuff or talking about other clubs being interested. I just find it very interesting that this is all happening. You know, it's intriguing. In the meantime, I'm keeping my eyes on the news as well, just to see what's going on. Jose, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you guys. Keep running up the likes. We're going to get into everything as we speak, and we're going to bring breaking news to you guys as well. Just remember though, Pies will be joining us at 1:30, guys. Pies will be joining us at 1:30 as well to go through everything. Rumours circulating that Chelsea have left the Caicedo discussion. Where are you getting this from, mate? Where are you reading this from? Source fucking 45. Who is it? Who's saying this? Yes, Louis, how you doing? Hey, Elliot, what you saying? Blue Army, apparently Liverpool have outbid Chelsea tit or tat. Nah, you know, we're going to get into that all in a second. Matt Law has an absolute crucified his own credibility. I agree, Carlito, but he always does that. He always does that. He always has to try and be different and make things happen. He sees that Lavia was confirmed as a bid from Chelsea. He's probably putting it two and two together and going, actually, do you know what? If Chelsea are going for Lavia, then there's no way they're going to be able to get Caicedo, Lavia and Adams. Surely Liverpool might now go for Caicedo or someone else might go for Caicedo. And that's what I think is happening right now. And we're going to obviously talk about that in a second. Is the most connected to Caicedo. And he did exactly. And that's the real big key in all this, guys. Fabrizio Romano is not saying much about Caicedo at the moment. You're not seeing him agreeing with the Liverpool news or agreeing, you know, with any of that. He has kept it strictly clean and clear on the fact that he believes that he wants Chelsea. He's going to Chelsea and he keeps talking about Chelsea. I think Chelsea already are. Look, we've done too much work for Liverpool just to do this. Breaking news, Liverpool bid 100 million for Caicedo. The gutter club Chelsea deserve it. Where, bro? Show me that. I want to know where that is. Where is that? I don't see anything. Chelsea are not considering Dusan Vlahovic. No swap deal will happen. I didn't expect that, but it does leave us with a bit of a problem with Romelu Lukaku today. You know, Brighton's PR team working overtime today. It feels like it. Is this Brighton's response to Chelsea dropping 48 million yesterday on Lavia? Obviously, I feel that was a tactical ploy, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Before we get into Caicedo, there's news that I want to get to before that, guys. Keep running up the likes if you can as well. Do you trust him? They all brand. For me, listen, I stick with the Ulmsteins and the Fabricios. I do. I'll be honest with you. With what's going on. Right, let's start with the news quickly before anything, which was quite interesting. I was thinking about it the other day. But Simon Phillips was bringing up in regards to Thomas Tuchel interested in Kepa Arrizabalaga. Apparently, Bayern Munich are advancing on talks for Kepa. Thomas Tuchel has chosen the Spanish keeper as the goalie that he wants in the goal for Bayern Munich. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. All I'm going to say, if this is legit from Matty Moretto, and this is actually a true source, like this is actually like going down, get it done, and then go and sign yourself a new goalie. Like, I think most of us can agree that Kepa is just not a number one. He might be at the moment, but he's not, you know, he shouldn't be the number one at Chelsea, in my opinion. You know, I don't think he's good enough. I think he's a good goalie, but I don't think he's top level goalie where he should be playing for Chelsea every game, in my opinion. We sell him, then maybe we have money to look at maybe more of a number one. There's lots of talks about the AC Milan goalie being an option. This is one that we're going to keep an eye on as well. Could Kepa end up going? There's a lot that could still happen with Chelsea in such a short space of time, and it's really exciting, guys. It's crazy, actually. It's absolutely crazy. Where? Mate, stop spamming the chat, mate. Can you please stop spamming the chat? That'll be a good thing if you can do that. Guys, make sure we run up the likes as well. I'm putting him in timeout. So Brighton's number 2 is going to be Chelsea's number 1. Well, if we get rid of Kepa, I'm assuming we'll probably end up getting another goalie anyway. So I don't really think it's that you know, that it's just going to be him. And plus, he's injured at the moment, for I understand. So let's see what happens in the short space of time in and around Kepa and the potentials of him going to Bayern Munich. Now, the news that we've got so far, that's came from Fabrizio Romano, and he's not really talking about Caicedo, is the news around Tyler Adams. And Tyler Adams to Chelsea, here we go, has been stated, guys. The relegation clause worth around 20 million has been activated today. An agreement reached with the player's agent in London over personal terms, and now medical tests to follow after 10 days of negotiations. Deal now done. How do you feel about Tyler Adams being a squad player? I actually think he brings a lot of strengths, and I think he suits what we're trying to do. Premier League proven player. Yeah, he don't have the experience, but he comes into a squad of better players, better quality, which will then allow him to improve his game. Now, the real question is, do Chelsea make another 2 more signings, including him, and we get 3? Or is it going to be 1 more with it, and he's just more like backup rotation, which I'm fine with. At the moment, he's injured. We know that. And he's going to be injured from what we understand up to the point of September, I believe. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously, if he's taking medical tests, then he can't be that injured, right? So we have to see what happens with that. But Tyler Adams to Chelsea is a done deal, guys. And obviously, it goes on from that comment to another comment, which is here from Fabrizio, talking about it being a tick. Him saying the same thing. And if you look, this is the only thing he's actually said. And it joins the Caicedo thing. I understand Chelsea now actually working. Tyler Adams still talks ongoing between the clubs. Again, not linked with Caicedo. Caicedo is a separate deal, guys. This isn't Chelsea just rushing around now, just trying to get a midfielder of any kind. This is them actually looking at the depth and trying to make the midfield a lot stronger. Trying to make the midfield a lot stronger. Tyler Adams has the abilities. Yes, he is slightly injury prone. He won't be playing as many games for Chelsea throughout the season. But we ain't playing many games. Once a week is what we will be doing. But he could probably come on the 60th minute, 70th minute, 55 minutes, whatever. And he will bring us good depth, and it will allow people like Enzo and Caicedo or whoever we get, Lavia, through the door, not to actually have to play all of the minutes of every game. So I'm quite happy with that. I think he brings good squad depth. I think he's good with the ball. I think he's physical. I think he's good moving forward with the ball. And I think that's what we need. We need some physical, technical, pacey players, and he brings that. But, he's a technical player. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's good at, picking passes out as well. And he gets stuck in, guys. So I'm really interested to see what your thoughts are in the chat, guys. Nearly over 300 people in the building. Can we run this up, guys? Can we run these likes up? I'd massively appreciate if we can. Nearly 300. We've got Pines joining us in around half hour, just over half hour's time, 40 minutes, just under 40 minutes to go through all of everything else that may come in from today. So we'll be talking more about that with him in a bit. But yeah, are you guys happy in the chat with the deal? Let me know. I'd be really interested to know on that. He brings depth to the midfield, which we really need. And I agree, Grant. I think that's something we do need. I feel for you when Caicedo presents as a Chelsea player for the Liverpool game. Go party, party. The injury won't affect the medical, but that's good then. That's good. Obviously, he's gonna fly through that. And I'm talking about the medical, guys. He's already again had a tweet from Fabrizio Romano on that medical, and it basically confirms to say that he understands that Tyler Adams already did the first part of his medical test on Wednesday, and we will complete the main part today. Chelsea done deal, still for 20 million. And again, this is not a lot of money, guys. Chelsea haven't really signed any players with real true value at the moment. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I was speaking to this yesterday with Don. We've not spent 50, 60, 70 million on any players at the moment. We've sold a lot of players and we've bought players in, but the players we bought in have always been around 30 million, 20 million, whatever, right? Nothing too steep is what I'm trying to get at. Robert Sanchez, Jackson, and Kunku and Gusto weren't bought in this window. They were bought, they were pretty much agreed before. And he comes in for another 20 million, and it brings squad depth, guys. And I think it's a good signing for Chelsea overall. Some people may think he's not Chelsea level, but I think he brings, he definitely brings something for us. Yeah, he won't. When Fab goes quiet, that tells me everything. Do not panic exactly. We're not panicking. Caicedo waits only Chelsea. Forget about all rumours. I agree, to be honest. Good squad player for a cheap fee, but this only makes sense if we get Caicedo, and we will. And I think we do need to have that, that next player. And that's the thing, right? Imagine hijacking Lavia, Kudus, and getting Caicedo, Brighton, and Liverpool in the mud. Can you imagine? It? That would be unbelievable. If we done a show where we got all them players, I would take my hats off to this. I mean, look, people go on about this board and they don't like specifically how they've moved or what they've done up to this point or whatever, right? But when you look at what this board has done in the past, like the way they signed Mudryk and brought him over, the way they signed Enzo Fernandez and got him across the line, they have it in them to get these deals done. And I don't think we can really, as Chelsea fans, question that at this point. We've seen it. I think now it's just down to them to show us that they can get a deal done like Caicedo across the board, because we know that he wants it, and he's kind of gone down the same route as the Enzo Fernandez deal. If you remember, completely stopped training. You know, we've been told that he's not even going through image rights with him at the moment because he doesn't even really want to be on the image rights. He wants to leave. You know, it's all intriguing and interesting stuff, guys. 15 minutes in, nearly 400 people here. Make sure we're tapping the likes, guys. Are we over 100 likes yet? If we're not, get it over 100 likes now, guys. Everyone, if you've not hit the thumb below, hit the thumb, guys. Hit the thumb. And share it out, guys. Share it out to everyone on Twitter, everyone that you know. And let's try and build up everyone in here. Big up, Jem. Hope you will. Bro, it's all games kicking off. I know, bro. There's a lot going on. Remember, guys, Pies will be joining us very soon. Very shortly, actually. I'm just getting some... just looking at what news I've got in between this, because I am getting fed bits. I am getting fed bits, guys. So let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at what we've got. Nothing major yet. Nothing major yet. Keep tapping the likes, guys. Nearly 300 people on Chelsea Fan TV as well. Big up to every single one of you guys that are here. Robert, nice to see you as well. Big up for the donation. But they are doing the Moneyball crap through, Jim. Just pay the money. Just wait, mate. Just wait and see what they do, innit? They're obviously trying to do something. So Tyler Adams is a Chelsea player. That's an interesting one. I want to delve straight into the Caicedo stuff now before we get into this. Make sure that you're smashing the likes, guys, because there's a lot to go through with Caicedo. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to heat up. And obviously, we've got this news from, funny enough, a Brighton account confirming that Matt Law has said that Liverpool have outbid Chelsea for MOISES Caicedo. Now, this never really made any sense to me, right? Because how the hell can they not pay an extra $5 million for Lavia, right, which they've been working on the whole of the summer window to try and get done, but can go to Caicedo and spend nearly $100 million? That just didn't set right with me. That just told me, and I know, you know, Matt Law for me at the moment he's just been shite anyway. I'll be honest with you. No offense, Matt Law. This just tells me that he's trying to just, you know, ruffle the feathers, you know, and try and like add more feud to what may be potentially happening with Caicedo at the moment. I don't see how Liverpool go there, even if we annoyed them with the fact that we did put the bid in for Lavia, which we're going to get in later on in the show. This still doesn't make sense to me. And that's why I didn't believe the news when it came out about Liverpool trying to get this done. So we obviously saw that from Matt Law, right? And everyone was like, okay, cool. And then Pius, who's joining us very soon, comes out and then says and confirms a couple of people that have kind of gone against or with or against. And obviously says the MOISES Caicedo update, no bid from Liverpool, confirmed by Reddy, Alex Crook, James Pearce, Sky Sports News, and Neil Jones. Bid from Liverpool has been confirmed from Matt Law and Jacob Steinberg. Now, this is the issue with social media. It's the conflicting reports that we consistently keep getting every summer window. And I know that they're trying to do their job and they're trying to get what they can out of this or whatever. They use their sources or whatever to fuel this and whatever. But sometimes it just needs a bit of common sense. Sometimes you've got to look at these situations and be like, oh, how have they got to that? Or how would Liverpool even be in a position to do that? You know, there's one for also, there's one for also, where is it? I'm going to find it in a second. Where is it? You know, there's also talks now Liverpool are involved in this. We're also being told now that there's an involvement from Bayern Munich that's just come out of nowhere. And this is for Sky Sports. Again, I take this as a pinch of salt, but Bayern Munich have joined the race to sign MOISES Caicedo for Chelsea and Liverpool. Do you see what I mean? They're throwing all these names of different clubs into this Caicedo thing now, when clearly the whole process and thing has been that Caicedo wants to join Chelsea. But we've not heard once from Fabrizio Romano, and we've not heard once from David Ornstein to say, true, Liverpool, true, Bayern. They've always stuck to the fact that Chelsea are in contention for getting him. He wants Chelsea. Chelsea want him. And this is why I'm trying to say to people, don't always take everything as you read gospel. Read it and make it up in your head as to what it means, if it makes sense, if it doesn't. And this is one of them things. How the hell are Bayern Munich going to sign Caicedo when they've just signed Harry Kane? They've just literally signed Harry Kane. How? How does that even make sense, Sky Sports? And it's Darmish, someone that I don't really rate that highly when it comes to news, right? So it makes no sense. They're not going to spend 100 mil on Kane and then spend another 100 mil on Caicedo, right? It doesn't add up, guys, right? There's nearly 400 people in here, guys. Keep running up the likes. Everyone, please hit the thumb if you can now. I appreciate it if you can do it. Bayern not involved. They want Sangare. They're not involved. We will see who lied, didn't it, Vic? Do you know what I mean? This has got karma written all over it, guys. This has definitely got karma written all over it. And Chelsea have apparently signed Adams and still want. Yeah, we're talking about that now. Sky Sports have no sources. Honestly, like I said, chat, sometimes it just needs a bit of logical sense. And like I said about Liverpool, if you can't spend 5 more million to sign Lavia, how the hell are they now signing Moises Caicedo for 100 million, which is double the price? And we're going to talk about Lavia and Chelsea in a bit. That's next after we spoke about the Caicedo thing, because I'm going to get into that as well. So that's that. So supposedly there's 3 people involved, but then all of a sudden we start getting other sources slowly confirming that sources indicate that Caicedo is still likely to join Chelsea. This is via Neil Jones, who is a Liverpool journalist. He's came out and said Liverpool ain't, interested in that. We also then go to Ben Jacobs, who was meant to be joining us today, but obviously he's been unwell. He's had a sore throat and he's been ill over the night, he said to me, so he didn't want to come on because he's just not been too well whatsoever. He come out saying Chelsea are pushing and progressing on Moises Caicedo, remains a top target despite Wednesday's bid for Lavia. CFC still aren't ruling out Caicedo done by the opening game after Liverpool. Really important 48 hours. So he's basically saying, watch this, mind this gap from now to tomorrow night. We could get news on Caicedo. We should be getting news on Caicedo, should I say? More like we should be getting news on Caicedo. And then I was slightly shocked because someone who yesterday said he's pretty much nearly a Chelsea player, all of a sudden was mentioning about the facts that he might actually have, there might be an interest from Liverpool. Despite Liverpool's interest, and he says it here, Caicedo wants to join Chelsea. So he's still sticking to the fact that he wants to join Chelsea, like he has done most of this time. But now all of a sudden, he's now even questioning it a little bit by saying, despite Liverpool's interest. But yeah, I don't see anyone else for him personally. Nizar Kinsella has had his 2 pence in this as well. And he goes on to say, Chelsea have discussed a payment structure for 90 million package for Moises Caicedo, which will include a further 10 million in add-ons, and an increasingly confident of striking a deal with Brighton as well. That's what we've got here. Just going to refresh my page. Thibaut Courtois has suffered an ACL injury and has left training. Real Madrid are not happy, so they're going to be looking for a goalie. Interesting stuff. So could Kepa now be in the interest for Real Madrid as well? Which is crazy. So yeah, he's going to be out for a very long time, guys. Going back to Caicedo, I've always said that if we're going to get this deal done, I think it's going to be in the 90s. I still don't think we're going to spend 100 mil. I still think we will get it done. And I think with all that's been going on, the signing of Robert Sanchez, the fact that Moises Caicedo has now kicked up a fuss, which is what we needed. And he's doing what Enzo Fernandez did when he was leaving as well. I think we're in a position now that we'll probably get this done for 90s, plus maybe add-ons. They might want a base fee of 90. We might then give them a couple of mil bonuses for it as well. 92, 93, 95, whatever. I could see this probably happening. Do I think we'll spend 100 or over 100 mil? No. Would it surprise me if we did? Probably not, because it's Chelsea. Let's be serious. And we're up against it right now. But I still think we're trying to hold out for something in around the 90 millions. And with Caicedo pushing, I think this is what we will try and achieve as a club. Yeah, you know what I mean? Hi, Jem. In the next 40 hours, we have a here we go. Hopefully. Who said we need a cam? What do we mean, Vic? What are we saying? The Kudus one's interesting because it's linked to the whole thing that's going on here. What's your thoughts on Kudus? Because he wants to go Brighton because he sees what they are doing with Caicedo, so he doesn't want to be involved. Yeah, maybe. You know, I'd love it if we got Kudus, Caicedo, Adams. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be absolutely funny. I'm not going to lie. But we move. And then obviously we had Ben Jacobs again come back with another tweet, guys, basically saying, where is he? Right here, that Liverpool have not placed an offer for MOISES Caicedo. Lots of Caicedo Lavia games going on. LFC have always indicated they like Caicedo, but not his price tag. That's why they didn't bid in January either. Nothing formal table today, as far as I understand. He's basically squashing Matt Law's comments about this as well. And like I said, sometimes it just needs a bit of common sense, guys. Caicedo wants Chelsea. We want to try and get this done. Like, you know, what's the situation? There's not much more. We're going to get to Lavia's next. We're going to talk about Lavia next in a bit. I also keeping an eye on news. We've got CFC Pies joining us at 1:30, guys. 1:30. Pies will be in the building with us as well. Brighton switch to defence from Pies. And yeah, this goes on, actually. This adds to what I'm getting to, and we're going to get to that now, actually. Simon Phillips has just said about the Caicedo situation. He's basically said this. He said, Brighton switched their defence from Caicedo is not leaving to the three clubs are bidding for Caicedo. Interesting that. Well, it is, isn't it? And so, again, it needs a bit of common sense when you think about this. Chelsea have formally put an offer in for Lavia. And I don't want to talk about that yet because we're going to talk about Lavia straight on the back of Caicedo. But there's reasons why we've done that, all right? Then all of a sudden, Bayern Munich are interested. Why? Why have Bayern Munich now been interested when they've just signed Harry Kane? It feels like, and I said this with the Latvia thing, and we're going to get to it in a second. I feel like Chelsea have done it on a tactical ploy, and I think Brighton are now doing the same. I think this is their response to saying, you want Caicedo? Well, let's just throw some news out there to maybe trigger you a bit about Bayern Munich and Liverpool potentially coming through. And that's what I think this is right now. I think this is a big smoke screen in and around the whole Caicedo thing. I think the whole Caicedo thing is still Chelsea and Caicedo. Brighton threatening that they've got other people coming to them for him, especially the clubs that they've called out. Doesn't make sense. We've said it. Liverpool doesn't make sense because they can't even spend an extra 5 million to get Lavia for 50 and they've only put 45 down. So why are they going to spend double the money to do that? And with Bayern Munich, that's what I'm looking at now, mate. And with Bayern Munich, they've just signed Harry Kane for 100 mil. So you're telling me they're going to spend 200 mil? Why is Caicedo is much better player? Blah, 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 blah. For Latvia, just because he's cheaper. I hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying. So, yeah, again, guys, I'm not going to play too much to it as well. We've got one more bit of news on Caicedo, and then we're going to keep you updated. Obviously, we've got CFC Pies joining us soon. He will bring us more up-to-date news, hopefully, on that. He still needs to accept the move. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, apparently he has. Apparently it's all accepted, Don. Apparently it's been accepted. When I go quiet, guys, it's because I'm checking because my phone is going mad. My phone's going mad, so I'm keeping an eye out on what's going on. Yeah. So then we had this. Liverpool have contacted Brian to establish what it would take to sign Caicedo. But the Liverpool hierarchy themselves regard Chelsea as favourites. There you go. They've gone over there. Hey, guys. And this is from The Athletic, by the way. Can we find out how much you want? 100? Okay. Okay, yeah. No, we're going back. We'll go back. Should we go for Lavia? Do you know what I mean? Like, even if they did do that, it's like, it doesn't mean they put an offer in. Even if they have questioned it, it's just funny. It's just funny. This Caicedo thing's just getting more and more interesting and more funny. Guys, nearly 450 of you here. Smash the likes, guys. I'm going to check the likes now. I'm on the likes check. 313 people on Chelsea Fan TV. Big up to every single one of you guys. We are going to keep you up to date over the next couple of hours on this. We've got Pies joining us as well, guys, very, very shortly. So this will take off very soon. What was I saying? Likes, only 133 on Chelsea Fan TV at the moment, guys. You know what I'm going to say? I'm watching the thumb. How quickly can you get that to 200, guys? If you all want to see Caicedo in blue, hit the thumbs now. And I'm going to say the same to GNA TV as well, because there's over 100 people there, nearly 150 people over there as well. Guys, we've only got 50 likes here. We should be over 100 likes on GNA TV right now as well. That means everyone that's sitting in has not hit the thumb. Hit the thumb below. Hit the thumb if you want to see Caicedo in a Chelsea shirt in the next 24 hours. That's what I'm going to say right now. I want to see how quick this moves. Hit the thumbs. Hit the thumbs. Everyone hit the thumbs up. I'm watching it, guys. I'm watching the thumbs. Who's going to move the quickest? Who's going to get to their target first? GNA TV or Chelsea Fan TV? Let's see. I'm watching. 56 at the moment on GNA TV. 156 on Chelsea Fan TV. Keep running up the likes, guys. Keep running them up. Let's go. Right. What else news have I got here? What else news have I got here? Interesting. How long ago was this one? Okay, so staying on the Caicedo news. Do you know what? I should have just stayed in that. Why did I do that? I need to find the Nizar Kinsella comments and the Tyler Adams comment. Hey? What is this, mate? What is this? Look at these Brighton fans. Look at them. Look at this. Wow, I'm looking at the other things. What is that? What is that? What is that, Brighton? Oh, we got some more of someone that's quite legit. We're going to get to that and say, I'm just bringing up more up-to-date news, guys. So if I go quiet, don't go anywhere. I'm literally flying through. Ornstein's just dropped a bomb on James Ward-Prowse. He is going to West Ham. He's going to West Ham is what is going on there. Where was this comment? I just see. There we go. Where's this Nizar Kinsella? All right. Okay. We've got more. So we got this one from Nizar Kinsella. Let me just bring this forward, guys. I'm just updating my stuff before we go on to Lavia. And then we got this coming just now as well. So a bit of Tyler Adams and a bit of Lavia. So what we have got, I just find that funny, innit? I think we should all laugh at that. Do you know what I mean? We're going to go to that Paul Joyce comment now. So Paul Joyce is a tier 1, supposedly, when it comes to Liverpool, right? So he's someone that is quite heavily respected. So he's came out on the Time Sport and said that Liverpool made contact with Brighton over Moises Caicedo, but have not made a bid. And Chelsea are still favourites. Liverpool say the exercise was part of a due diligence in the transfer market. Due diligence? What is this? Due diligence? What? Because they're just walking around the market. They're just trying to find what's going on, who's going for what, this, that. So basically, they're walking around trying to find how much people are maybe looking to actively look to find a midfielder or a DM in this space of time. So they've gone to Caicedo just to do that and ask the question. Paul Joyce, like I said, is what they deem as a tier 1. He's just confirmed that news as well, guys, which is it's quite funny actually. It made me laugh, that one. And then we go on to the Nizar Kinsella comments about Tyler Adams quickly. He says that Tyler Adams could make his Chelsea debut against Liverpool on Sunday. So he's not injured. He's actually fine, is what we're being told now. So I thought he was currently injured. People were asking the same thing. We got told he was injured till next month. Now we're being told that he could be fit and ready to go. I don't know what to believe there. And again, Nizar Kinsella is always up in the air when it comes to news. I'm not going to really hold too much to that, guys, but he seems to think that he may be available. He may be available. Interesting. We have had some confirmation from Paul Joyce and Tom Roddy on Lavia as well. Yeah. I think it's only right that we put that in first and then we talk about what happened yesterday, because that's breaking news on that. So we'll get to that in a second. And then we've got one more a bit about Caicedo before we jump into Lavia, guys. Goes on to say here that Chelsea are increasingly willing to meet the demands for MOISES Caicedo, but require a favourable payment structure to pay such a substantial sum. Again, Chelsea are being forced into getting this done. It looks like we're being told, but we want to do it in the manner and the way that we want to pay it, which doesn't surprise me. Maybe we got told the structure was fine, it was more the fee. Now we're being told that Chelsea want a more favourable structure if we're to agree this as well. So we'll see more, and we're going to hear more before the end of the show today on MOISES Caicedo. So keep your eyes out on that one. I want to move on, guys, to Romeo Lavia, because he... we have some interesting news that's come in. And it's not a shock, really, but it goes on to say that, and again, from Paul Joyce and from Tom Roddy, Southampton have rejected Chelsea's bid for 48 million for Romeo Lavia. Well, let's get into this. Or actually, before we get into this, let's just go through this and then we'll talk about it. So, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Chelsea put this formal bid that David Ornstein broke yesterday. Fabrizio Romano then confirmed it about this situation. And a lot of Chelsea fans thought, whoa, where does this come from? Bombshell. What does this relate to? Does this mean that the Caicedo deal's finished and we're now scrambling to just try and get it done? Or is it on the flip side of it? Are we, playing more of a tactical ploy with Brighton? Maybe trying to, scare them a bit in doing this as well and trying to force their hand? Or do we just want both? Are we at the point where we just want both? Do we want to sign them? Yeah. And obviously, we've been told that it's been declined, which I'll be honest with you, doesn't surprise me that much. But then, obviously, we go to what Ornstein confirmed yesterday. And this is where we'll start, and then we'll talk about it a bit more. Southampton have tonight received an offer, as we know, for 48 million from Chelsea. This was confirmed by Ornstein. 50 million valuation hasn't been met to date. That is what will trigger the deal for Lavia to leave Southampton to go to Chelsea. Obviously, personal terms would have to be agreed as well. And then from Ornstein, it then flew on to Fabrizio Romano. And Fabrizio Romano then clarified Chelsea have submitted the bid for Romeo Lavia worth 48 million. Negotiations are going between Liverpool and the club. The last proposal was 45 million rejected. Liverpool have not gone back on the basis of this. But what really do we think's going on here? That's the real big question. What is it that Chelsea are trying to do? Well, this is what I was thinking about this last night. I was talking to a couple of people about it. And what's going on there? Interesting. I can't even share that, but interesting-ish. We'll see. The Lavia thing got us so excited because we thought, hang on, what's going on here? We were going to go and get both this and the other. And I got a little bit excited about it. I was like, you know what? We might actually get this done. This might be a case that we end up signing, both these individuals. But then I thought about it. We put an offer of 48 million pounds in, formal offer. We're 2 million shy of triggering the agreement with Southampton. Why didn't we just put the 2 million down if we wanted him? It's 2 million. It's like 20p at this point to Chelsea. Then I thought, well, what has this got to do in relations with Caicedo? And maybe this was to force the hand of Brighton to get a deal done with us or agree a structure with us a lot quicker. Because we want a DM or a midfielder before Liverpool. We've made that very clear. We stipulated that we want this done. I don't think Chelsea's idea or plans are to sign Lavia. I don't think it is. We've just agreed Tyler Adams. I don't see us getting Tyler Adams, Lavia and Caicedo. I just don't see it. I don't think we're going to get 3. I think we're going to go for 2. And I think the fact that we did what we did yesterday, which was formal and confirmed, was more of a scare tactic to Brighton, to maybe Caicedo to a degree, to say, let's get this done. Let's get moving. Like, you're playing us around. I did think at the beginning, has the Caicedo deal fell through and now we're scrambling to Lavia? But then I thought to myself, well, if we're scrambling to Lavia, we'll just pay the 50. We've got the money. We're struggling to do We've already put 80 forward for Caicedo. We're going to put probably 90 forward now. It's not like we haven't got the money. It's not like we haven't got the money to do it. We could just do it if we really wanted to. But we're choosing not to do it. And we're choosing knowing that they're going to decline it. We know that they weren't going to accept that. But we did it to get some sort of trigger. You know, and if we go and buy all three, I'll be over the moon. I'll be over the moon if we get all three done. I just don't see us doing it. I still think it's going to be two. I don't think it's going to be him. Tyler Adams has already been confirmed. If we didn't sign Tyler Adams, I think there's a good chance we could have just gone 50 mil, 90 mil. Let's go. We're done. Like, I could have seen that. But we didn't. We've gone and got Adams for 20 mil. That's one. And now I see this deal, which has been rejected, by the way. And gone out the window. What's this now? Harry Kane's mucking around whether or not he should be joining Bayern Munich. If this guy doesn't join him, he's just a flop. He just wants to continue being a flop, in my opinion. Felix has come out of a comment on Caicedo. We'll go to that in a second. Someone just sent me as well. Felix Johnson, which is quite funny. So, yeah, for me, this was more of a tactical ploy with the whole thing of him. You know, I didn't really think this was going to happen as much as I'd like it to. If we could get Caicedo and Lavia and have a 4-3-3 dynamic of Lavia sitting, Caicedo on the right, Enzo on the left, and play a 4-3-3, I would be down for that all day. All day, guys. All day. Do you know what? This Kepa thing's heating up. Let's just quickly go to it because we've not spoken about it. We'll come back to more Lavia news in a bit. Lavia news in a bit, guys. Keep running up likes. Still 450 of you guys. Let's try and see if we can get this. Like I said, get these likes up. Share it out as well. We're going to keep bringing out. We've got Pies joining us in 10 minutes, guys, as well. Real Madrid are prepared to enter the market for a new goalkeeper, looking for an opportunity to cover Courtois' absence. What we know and believe, Bayern Munich are interested in Kepa. Kepa must be interested in the idea as well. There could be a good chance that Real Madrid and Bayern Munich could both fight for Kepa. There's a good chance. And this is becoming interesting. I'm telling you now. I can see, because the goalie market is limited, and Real Madrid are going to need a goalie long term. They're going to have to pay for a goalie. This is where they are. He's got a serious injury, by the way. ACL. I could see saying going on with Kepa. And I think we need to keep an eye on this. And I think it'd be interesting. And it's just quite shocking that Thibaut Courtois has gone and done that now and he's injured. This is going to be a Kepa bidding war will be historical. Can you imagine Kepa getting a bidding war from Bayern Munich and Real Madrid? Just it says it all, doesn't it, really? Them two clubs. Let's go to the comments, right? Going back from that, let's go to the comments from coming out of my DMs. Felix, where is he? Liverpool have made contact, no formal offer yet. We know that. Being able to offload Romelu Lukaku without much hassle can convince Chelsea. We don't have him as well. Let's go to Felix. Where is he? So Felix has come out with a comment on Real Madrid and Bayern tug of war. You know, everyone's expecting them to fight for Kepa now. Where is he? There's So he said this an hour ago. He said, there's a lot going on. The only thing I can 100% say without panicking is I know for certain that Moises Caicedo's house was put up for rental 3 days ago. Yeah, I'm not acting like that's some groundbreaking information. Let Fabrizio Ornstein tell you where he's going. But he seems to think that Moises Caicedo is actively looking to move by putting it up. Basically, preparing himself. That's what he's saying. So, again, take it as we see it. We'll see what happens. Adams can play if Reece right back. if Reece is injured, Gusto tired. He could do, Moffley, but I don't see that being the case. Big up for your donation. I think we'll probably see him more of a midfield basis. I think the reason, if to lose Gusto and James at the same time would just be just a massive unluckiness with Chelsea. I just can't see that happening. If it did happen, there may be, but I just don't see that happening. He's in a leased house by the club. Well, that could be a case. It's mad Kepa is still the most expensive goalkeeper ever. I know it's mental, isn't it? It's actually quite funny as well. This is almost news. This is important news because he's clearly looking to move away from Brighton. Of course he is. Of course he is. And as it goes on, we've got Pies joining us in 9 minutes, guys. He will be in the building. We might as well talk about the three. One we already signed. Two we're potentially looking to sign. And it'll be good to compare them while we're waiting before we get more news. Caicedo has made 47 appearances, with Adams 25 and Lavia 34. In terms of their interception numbers from last year's 22-23 comparison, 65 interceptions fell to Caicedo. He made more interceptions than both Adams, who was in second, and Lavia, who was in third. Right? In terms of tackles, Caicedo again ticks the boxes, number one in that category. But when you look at Adams and Lavia, Adams again makes more tackles than Lavia. Interesting. In terms of clearances, obviously from corners, free kicks, Caicedo tops it again at 31. Adams is not far behind in second with 29 and Lavia is 23. We go to passes made. Caicedo has made 1,993, again, number one. Adams has made 1,108 passes, with Lavia, again, only making 859 passes. So you look at the stats element of the three. Caicedo is obviously gold in all aspects. Then you look at Adams and Lavia, and Adams actually, statistically, on stats, has playing less games, done more than what Lavia has done in last season. Interesting stats. Adams we've already signed. They are. And that's what I'm saying, Carlio. He's played less minutes as well. And he's done less minutes and produced better stats than Lavia, who's played more minutes than him across all of it, which is quite impressive. I've got another stat, and we'll go to it. 460 of you guys here at the moment. 460. Big up to every single one of you guys. Nearly 500 people in the building, guys. Keep tapping up the lights. Keep running up. We've got Pies joining us in 7 minutes time? 7 minutes time as well, guys. So we'll be having Pies on soon to share any more relevant news. We've got the scorecard statistics on Lavia, Caicedo, and Adams per 90. So this is a per 90 rating. Well, what we looked at was based on appearances. This is more based on a per 90 during the 22-23 season. Now, when you look at the ball recoveries won between Lavia, Caicedo, and Adams, Adams has better ball recovery per 90 than both of them, which is quite impressive. I'm not going to lie. Chances created. Moises Caicedo. He creates more chances with the ball at his feet for other players on the pitch. 1.3. Adams is not far behind with 1.1, by the way. And then Lavia has more of a specialist DM, in my opinion, compared to them two, because he's a different player. He's more of a DM that sits back, as with Caicedo and Adams. They're a bit more box to box. They'll be forward more. I'm not saying that Caicedo won't sit more, because he will between him and Enzo, but he's probably played a little bit differently. Pass accuracy is near enough quite close. Obviously, Caicedo's on 88%. He is leading that per 90. Lavia was second with 86.38 and Adams 82. That is still good percentages for pass accuracy. That goes to show that we've got some technical players that are good at the ball at their feet, comfortable with the ball at their feet, under pressure. And that's the type of players that we're looking for, especially when you look at the technical players that we have moving forward. Forward passes goes to Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams is always looking forward in a per 90 game. 20.2 he's put in there. That is pretty impressive compared to Caicedo, who still is impressive with the 15.7 and Lavia at 11.4. Tyler Adams is a progressive midfielder with forward passes per 90. Interesting stuff there. Tackles made, Adams again more. Then Caicedo and Lavia on 20.2. Bear in mind, we've got this guy for 20 mil, by the way. This is not bad stats, really, when you compare it on the pitch and what he can offer to the team. And this is what you've got to look at it right now, what he can offer to the team right now. That's intriguing stuff. Quickly before we go on, T1, big up to you. If we get a midfield of Enzo, Caicedo and Lavia, that's three players who never played a minute with each other, and it will demoralise Santos and Chiku. Just get one. I think we get two. I think we get one of Caicedo and Lavia with Adams and Enzo. That's what I think, bro. Big up for your donations as always. I appreciate you. Guys, nearly over 500 people here. We've got Pies joining us in 4 minutes as well. We then go on to tackles made. And again, Tyler Adams is a 3.7. He's made more tackles per 90 than both Caicedo and Lavia. Pretty impressive. Tackles, take-ons completed. So with the ball, Lavia, very impressive with the ball, take-ons moving forward. Then Tyler Adams and both Caicedo. The aerial duels is Caicedo's 63.79 with, again, look, Tyler Adams is not far behind. He's in the 63 brackets. Lavia ain't. He's 44. Ground duel success. Well, this is all quite close. 57.55, Caicedo just edges it. But then Lavia's second in 57. So they're pretty much near enough the same. And then you've got Tyler Adams in 54. And in terms of interceptions, again, they're all pretty close. Caicedo with 1.7. And then we've got 1.5 interceptions from Tyler Adams, who we've already signed, and 1.4. So when you look at the stats of these individuals, it goes to show that these players are quite close than with what we think. You know, and that's interesting. That is really interesting. Guys, 214 likes, 352 people at Chelsea Fan TV. Big up to every single one of you guys. Run the likes up, guys. This team will get this over 300 as well. Over 100 people on GNA TV as well, guys. That should be at 100 likes as well. Can we get that run up, please? I appreciate it. Just going to quickly put out a tweet because Pies will be joining us as well. Just quickly put that out for him as well so we can share that. So that's done. We've got some more here. What we got here? Fabrice Hawkins. Interesting. What's he saying? Yeah, I mean, Chelsea and France stay ahead on this far. They're talking about that Eli Wahi, you know, the striker that we were trying to sign. They're talking about him at the moment as well. But guys, listen, interesting stuff at this point. We're nearly at 1:30. We'll be joined now by CFC Pies very soon, who will be going through all of what he knows in regards to both the Caicedo news and the Lavia news and the Tyler Adam news and everything that we need to know, really. Caicedo is determined to join Mauricio Pochettino and Chelsea, who hopes to get the deal done in the next 48 hours. The Guardian, and we'll go back to Caicedo for a second. The Guardian have reported that Caicedo is determined to join in the next 48 hours. We know that this is a key period because we've been told the Fabrizio Romanos and the Ornsteins are very quiet. I still feel that there's a bomb incoming. I really do. And I hope it's today. I hope we get some sort of feedback today. But how are you feeling, guys, about the situation? Well, they're going to try, aren't they? But we're still ahead, apparently, with this all because there's much more minutes. Yeah, 100%. 100%. How are you feeling, guys, about all of the news that we've up to this point right now? Can we get this to 100 likes coming in? Let's follow what Blue Lounge is saying. There's 450 people here combined with Chelsea Fan TV as well, guys. So please, if we can, try and run these likes up. If we can, run the likes up as quickly as possible. We can read the article from The Guardian in the meantime until, obviously, Pies gets into the building. There's a lot of people on at the moment still. This is mental. Actually mental. Can we do that? Yeah, Liverpool on Sunday. We didn't even get to do a. I need to do a match preview for that. We've not even planned to do that. Potentially Saturday, guys. I'll be back Saturday, so maybe Saturday we can do that. Red Card says Caicedo saga is killing me. Why are we taking this far? I know it feels like it is. It is dragging. I'm not going to lie. It's dragging. It is definitely dragging. Going into this article, can I do that without any issues? I can. We can read the article quickly in the meantime as well. Liverpool have contacted Brighton over a deal for Moises Caicedo. The Ecuadorian international has been priority for Chelsea, with the Stamford Bridge club yet to meet Brighton's 100 million valuation. Liverpool exploring whether they could hijack the deal. However, Liverpool and Caicedo is determined to join Maurizio. Caicedo is determined to join Maurizio Pochettino in the next 48 hours. It goes on a bit about Liverpool, which I'm not going to read about. It says that we're closing on Tyler Adams. We've already signed him as well. So, yeah, there's not much there. I'll be honest with you guys. There's not much there with that. But we do have a game on the weekend with all of this, and we do need a midfielder. Who is it going to be? We've got Tyler Adams, by the way, who apparently can play, but we'll get that confirmed when Pliers comes in. If that's the case, do we believe that he's fit or if he's not fit? We've been told he's been unfit, so we'll talk about that in a second. Lavia, I think, doesn't happen. I'd like both to, but doesn't happen for me. And Caicedo, Pliers' tweet. Interesting. Let's have a look. What is Pliers' tweet? Yeah, Kepa is amongst the options to replace injured Courtois. Duncan Castle's just come out with something as well on Caicedo. Let's see what he's got to say quickly. Duncan Castle has came out and said, where is he? Has he not said anything? I thought I saw something from Duncan Castle, but obviously not. Someone said something about Caicedo. I can't see it. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, nothing's been said yet. Still, he is joining. He is joining us. He will be here soon. He will be here soon, guys. Keep running up the likes in the meantime. Still 450 of you guys here, an hour in. Big love to every single one of you guys. We are going to try and top this off with that. I was meant to get the panel in as well, just to go through all the news at some point. Maybe we'll try and do that as well. This could be quite a long live today, guys. We're going to be here for a little while. So anything can happen in the next couple of hours still. Who knows? But let's see. Last time, I'll give you a little bit of news. When Pliers was on with me last time, we got some breaking news. Why Fabrizio Romano was live, funny enough. And it was to do with Zakaria when he was announced. And it was crazy. It just went off. And I think we were one of the first people to actually see it and announce it. And it went mad. It went mad. It was a mad show. So maybe, hopefully, Pliers will give us that luck on Caicedo as well. What's this now? Nizar Kinsella's come out of another comment. When does this come out? He brought that out just a minute ago. Let's see what he's saying here. Yeah, I've seen Simon Phillips' tweet. Let's have a look. It's via Nizar Kinsella again. Chelsea have an agreement in place over personal terms with Moises Caicedo and have this week made positive steps in talks with Brighton. Chelsea are increasingly willing to meet Brighton's demands but require a favourable payment structure. And we've heard that again from someone else who also commented on that. I can't remember. I think it was Ted and Paul Joyce. I think that confirmed that as well. So positive steps, meaning we're getting somewhere with this. We have to wait and see, guys. This is just heating up, man. I've just got a feeling, sneaky feeling in my belly that something's going to happen. Kylian Mbappe has told PSG he will not leave the club under any circumstances this summer. Mbappe staying at PSG. What else have we got here? Chelsea are weighing up similar approach. Chelsea are now, Real Madrid are now weighing up a loan to buy approach as Bayern Munich for Kepa. Weighing up a loan to buy for Kepa, we're being told. I love that Tyler Adams. This is quite funny, actually. Let me show you this Tyler Adams video just to make you laugh in the meantime. Oh, we're waiting. Look at this. Watch this. Love that, Tyler Adams. We need that attitude. We need that attitude, Tyler Adams. Come on, the boy. Yeah, I'm keeping you at the moment, guys. I'm just like keeping my eye on Twitter at the moment while we're waiting for players. He should be here in a bit as well. He should be here in a bit. I've tagged him already. If Chelsea sign Caicedo lap for the week, I'll get Harry Kane unsure whether he will join Bayern. I don't know what he's waiting for. I really don't. That Spurs have approved it. He's now mucking around. Is he serious? Josh LFC says Moises Caicedo's heart is set on joining Chelsea. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Not worried about Edson. Edson Alvarez, as we know, has been signed by West Ham, which is an interesting one. A very interesting one, guys. So we'll see what happens with that. Can't wait to Sunday. Right, yeah, talk about Sunday, guys. Let me know in the chat. How excited are you for the Premier League? How do you think we're going to line up? It's hard to even predict at the moment because we don't know who we're bringing in, right? We've got Tyler Adams. Will he start? Don't know if he's injured. We'll wait and see. But in terms of how Chelsea may set up, and we could do a quick one now, actually. Let's just do a quick one now while I'm waiting for him. I think we're going to go with a 4-3-3. I think we will do a 4-3-3. And let's get into it while we're waiting. I think we're going to do a 4-3-3. Kepa, will Kepa be in goal? Who knows? Will Kepa be in goal at that point? I think maybe. Chilwell will be playing. Vice captain Chilwell will be in the team. Reece James, I think, will also be playing, the new captain. And I'm happy with that, by the way. I don't know about you guys. Are you happy with the fact that Reece James is now captain of the club? Be interesting to know. 4-2-3-1. I think we're going to be a 4-3-3. I'll be honest with you. I guess against Liverpool. Thiago Silva, 100% will be playing for me. Who was that? Ronaldo? What? Why the how did Ronaldo come up? And then next to him, I will go with what's his name? Not Badia Shield. Got brain dead at the moment. Colwill. I think that's going to be our back four. That tells me. Well, this is it, right? I think you'll see. Obviously, Enzo in the team. Gallagher. And I'm going to say Carney. If we don't, this is without us. This is without us signing. I mean, that midfield makes me feel sick, to be honest. I'll be honest with you, but I could see Carney being like more up there. Jackson is definitely playing if he comes up. Mudryk, I think, will play. If it decides to come up. No. And I think Sterling plays. That is what happens. That is, for me, going to be the team if we don't sign a midfielder. Someone dropped a chat. Big up to Robert. Thank you for the donation, man. No comment though, Robert. Thank you for the big donation. Next time, if you can, put a comment in and we'll read it out for you and we'll try and answer your questions. But that makes me feel sick, saying that Liverpool don't have a midfield themselves. They've got McAllister. They haven't got no DM. They sold Fabinho. So it will be a case of having a good defence and having a good attack. They have a good attack. They have a decent defence. Same with us. We're both weak in midfield. And that's the issue. That's the issue. But I think that is how we're going to line up. Santos. I don't think Santos starts, Lord Zola. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he starts this game. I really don't. What's this? Fraser Fletcher says they previously reported talks ongoing over the deal worth 90 million plus for MOISES Caicedo between Chelsea and Brighton. The only side with a bid on the table. Chelsea have supposedly put a bid in now, is what we're being told. Chelsea are now in talks with Brighton over this. The deal is to be discussed with an initial fee of 9 million plus 10 million in add-ons. 90 million with 10 million in add-ons. What does it say? That's it. As the Blues push to land the midfielder. So 90 plus 10 is what we're being told from people. Chelsea have also, didn't know this, got Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup. Didn't know that. That's just something that popped up now. What else are people saying in the chat? What if Poch drops that team and it loses? Is it his fault? Well, we could always lose the first game, guys. I think we've got to bear in mind it is the first game. Yeah, and he does, but like, I personally wouldn't play Gallagher, but I think he's going to play Gallagher. But, you know, I don't think Santos is on here. Let's have a look. I don't think he's on here, no. So, you know, I just think it's one of them ones, isn't it? I think Gallagher, on paper, is more of the experienced one, in my opinion. Gem to low-key Gallagher. Are you mad? I am not a Gallagher stan. I want him out of the club. I was one of the first people that said I don't want him in. It's just a passion. What do you think about Nkunku's injury and the coming match this weekend? Good question. Nkunku's injury was just a massive blow for us. We've lost that killer in goal, you know, in front of goal, and that's the real thing that I think hurts me in all of this. In terms of how long he's out, it's a shame. But in terms of what I think of the game on the weekend, I think it's very important to see whether we get a midfielder, you know, and whether they're ready and fit to play. Will Poch play him straight away in the Liverpool game? I don't know. You know, it's telling times. It's definitely telling times for Chelsea. Just in Chelsea loan deal. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, I agree, T1, but I just got this feeling that he's going to play. And knowing Gallagher, he'll score, but he'll probably get sent off too. You just run around like a madman. Gusto starts right. I don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know about Reece James being in a CDM role, though. That's an interesting one. Well, he's got to instill that into him. He can't not instill that into him. Transfer market games. Right, Pies is coming, guys. He is coming. He is coming. He is coming. He is coming, guys. Pies will be with us very shortly. So we'll be sitting with CFC Pies to go through all the news very shortly. That's why I'm kind of like trying to delay it a bit, just because we've got him coming on as well. And maybe we can learn a bit more about the Caicedo stuff and the everything else. Lavia, Tyler Adams. Will he start? Will he not? There's a lot still to go and get involved in. We need to focus on selling as well. We've sold a lot. No, we've sold a lot up to this point. We've not signed a lot. That's the question. We've not signed a lot. Yeah. What have I got here? People still sending me stuff. Chelsea are now in talks. Yeah, still not anything that stands out for me. But yeah, talking about him, here he is. Here he is. Mr. Pies himself. How we doing, brother?
What's up? It's been one of the busiest days of the window so far. It's crazy, isn't it?
Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. I've just literally gone through all that we can up to this point and what we know, and I just feel like Pies, I feel like the fact that Fabrizio's quiet, Ornstein's quiet, we've heard Liverpool are interested, Bayern Munich supposedly interested. I still think that's the Brighton PR element of it, but I still feel there's a bomb coming. I don't know about you. Something's about to happen. I've just got this feeling. I mean, how do you feel about? Let's start with, actually, before we get into Caicedo, Lavia, I want to ask you about Tyler Adams. What's your thoughts on the deal? And obviously, we saw Nizar Kinsella's comments about him being fit for the weekend. What's your thoughts on all of that, mate?
I think Tyler Adams will be a decent backup. Obviously, there's rumours of Lavia as well, but I personally think Lavia won't happen. I personally think it's just kind of a tactic between Chelsea, Liverpool, a lot of mind games going on, a lot of pressure bids, a lot of pressure tactics. I feel like it'll be Adams and Caicedo personally, but we'll have to wait and see. You can never rule out anything with Chelsea in this transfer market or any transfer market, to be honest with you. So, yeah, we'll see. But I think Adams will be a decent player for us. Obviously, he's injured at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing. And also, there's credible rumours, especially from Fabrizio Romano, who literally said, whether or not he's playing or being unveiled, Chelsea's big dream is to have Caicedo by Sunday. So I think the rest of today, tomorrow are very important days for this deal.
What do you think of Tyler Adams and what he brings as well? Do you think it's a very clever signing from Chelsea? I mean, I looked at the stats on him. I haven't showed you actually the stats between him, Caicedo, Lavia. He actually beat playing less games than Lavia in last season. He actually had better stats than him overall as well in all fields. I'll show you that in a bit actually. But do you think he's a good signing, Tyler Adams, for Chelsea? Do you think he brings good depth?
Yeah, I think he does. To be fair, it'd be interesting to see how good he is in our system and how good he is on the ball. But yeah, I mean, he is a good player. He definitely is. He's pretty underrated, to be honest. I remember the game he had against England in the World Cup was very good. And yeah, I mean, he just brings a lot of tackling expertise is the main thing. I'm currently working on a comp of him at the moment, so I'm going through a lot of games and clips, and yeah, he's tackling and interceptions are really good. So I think it's a nice backup for us. I think he can improve as well, and I think with just £20 million, I don't really think you can go wrong. To be honest with you, he's played for Leipzig as well. He's the captain of the USA, so he brings that side to him. The only unfortunate thing is I found out he was an Arsenal fan, so he'll have to change that.
Is he really? I didn't know that as well. That's interesting, isn't it? Well, if anything, we've got one up against Arsenal, right? So who cares on that one? But yeah, I mean, I said to him as well, I think it makes a lot of sense. I think when you look at him statistically, and I'll show you quickly actually what I was looking at. You've probably seen it anyway, but I looked at this. Obviously, he only played 26 games compared to Lavia, who played 34. Caicedo topped all of it, really. We know that. But compared to Adams and Lavia, and obviously the less appearances that Adams had, he had more interceptions, tackles, clearances, passes made than Lavia did in 34 games. So, it goes to show that there is something there. And maybe he does suit what we were trying to do as well. So I think it's a good signing. I think the only issue with him is he's quite injury prone, isn't he? And I mean, going into next season, you don't expect him to play a lot. I think he'll come on in minutes, whether we bring in Caicedo or wherever, he will come on for them or Renzo and just bring that sort of stability. But it's interesting it was an interesting one when we all originally looked at him. And we got a new Captain America, right? We got rid of one and we got a new one. So interesting stuff. We move on from him. The Lavia thing. Let's talk about Lavia before we go Caicedo. Obviously, Ornstein comes out and says we put a 48 million offer in. Then Fabrizio Romano confirmed it. Obviously, they've been very quiet since on the Caicedo thing, which we'll talk about in a bit. But when it came out, what were your initial thoughts on it? Did you feel, because it was a weird one, wasn't it? Obviously, 2 million off the actual asking price. So if we'd have actually, I'm assuming, hit that asking price, we would have probably, probably would have triggered it and we maybe got the deal done, but we didn't. We went in at 48 million, 2 million shy of what was required. What was your thoughts from the Chelsea standpoint looking at it? Do you think this was more of like a tactical setup, or do you think there was an actual initial interest in Lavia himself?
There's definitely been interest. I know, obviously, Joe Shields likes him a lot. And Chelsea have always kind of been there. They've always been lurking in the background, I think. But I just didn't think we'd go up to that sort of price range. I think £50 million, you're paying a lot for potential. But he did do well in the Premier League last year individually. Obviously, they went down. I'm surprised as well Southampton have managed to hold out this price tag. I think there was obviously a lot of rumours that maybe we'd be able to get him for really cheap, or Liverpool would be able to get him for cheap, or any club, in fact, now that they got relegated. But they seem to hold firm on their price tag, and they've done well to negotiate that. I personally think it's a bit of a tactic to sort of pressure Brighton into selling Caicedo. Look, we can go to Brighton now and saying, well, if you don't sell us Caicedo, then you've got a really unhappy player. But that can work both ways. Brighton may fancy themselves to keep Caicedo and convince the player again to be happy. But I just don't see any way we don't get Caicedo now. I don't see any way possible.
But yeah, he's the biggest talk point here, isn't it? And obviously we're going to sit here and talk about him now more than anything. But it's took its time, hasn't it? It feels it took its time. We asked for him to come out and maybe do a bit like what Enzo did, which is maybe just ruffle the feathers there. He's not been training. There's comments saying that his house is up for rental. There's comments about him not being in like the image rights for Brighton. It's just staying away. Basically, he just wants, from what we're being told, he just wants to move. The delay still being, and we're having some conflicting reports. First, we're being told it's the fee still. Now we're being told that Chelsea are willing to spend close to 100 mil, but it's the structure. What's your thoughts on where we are at the moment with the Caicedo thing?
I think it's close. To be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets done later today or tomorrow. I got a lot of confidence. I feel like we're going to pay, roughly what Brighton want now. And I don't see any reason not to be confident at the moment. Until something else changes. I think it's getting close, and obviously we want him before Liverpool if we can. Maybe it's like a João Felix situation where he plays on 12 hours. Turnaround or something. But even if we don't play him against Liverpool, it would just be nice to, have him unveiled at Stamford Bridge as well. That would be really sick. That would be cool.
Do you think if we do sign him, say in the next either later today or tomorrow, and it's confirmed, and we get the medal, do you think he will start against Liverpool? We haven't done a Liverpool match reaction. A match preview to that. Maybe we'll talk about that in a bit. But it's very hard to talk about it when we don't know what our midfield's going to look like. But do you expect him to come in and maybe start for Chelsea if we do get it done?
Well, I think the thing is like the registration is 12 midday tomorrow, so I feel like we'd have to sign him today and have his medical. So
true.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's too tight of a turnaround. But it'll be nice to have him confirmed, unveiled before the game. I think that would add extra hype to the match. And this sort of war between Chelsea and Liverpool has certainly made it more exciting in a way as well.
What's your thoughts on the Liverpool and Bayern thing? Do you feel that was a PR stunt still from Brian, or was there any truth behind it? Do you think in that as well?
I think it's I don't know. I think with Liverpool it may be a tactic so Chelsea drop out of Caicedo and think drop out of Lavia and think, oh, we got to go and get Caicedo now.
Yeah.
But there's been enough sources to confirm, especially on Liverpool's end, that one is they've made contact, but there's no bid there. Matt Law absolutely panicked the whole fan base, I know, but I would still remain confident and calm for now. Let's see what the next few hours brings.
I agree. I think if we're going to get it done, this is why I feel in my belly something's going to happen. What? Do you know when you look at the Fabrizio Romanos and the Ornsteins today, when it comes to Caicedo, they've not said anything about this news in regards to like the Liverpools and the Bayern Munichs. I know Matt Law has come out and said what he said. Whether you believe he's credible or not is down to you guys. But I agree. I don't think Caicedo would be looking to go anywhere else. I think it is him and Chelsea. I think that's 100% sure. We've made it clear that we've wanted him for this long as well. It would have been nice to have Lavia with him and Adams. Like having all three would have been great, right? We'd like to have all three of them. I just don't see three. I think it would probably be the two. Caicedo has to be one of them, and Tyler Adams has already just been confirmed, signed. So, looking at the midfield, if we get Caicedo confirmed, obviously soon, Caicedo, Enzo, Tyler Adams, Santos, Gallagher will probably still be it. How do you feel going into next season with that midfield?
With who, bro? Gallagher and who? Enzo.
All of them. Enzo, Santos, Gallagher. Say we get Caicedo and Adams. How do you feel about that midfield going into next season?
Well, a couple of them will leave. I think Gallagher will get sold. And
really?
Yeah, I think he will. I think Santos will stay. I think maybe it could be Caicedo, Adams, Santos, and Enzo. I think that might be our midfield.
Yeah, I agree. We've got Paul Joyce has just, Ben Jacob has actually commented here, commenting on Paul. Where is it? Let me quickly get this up actually. Because what I'm doing, and I'm pretty sure you're doing the same. You're probably on your phone non-stop at the moment. You're trying to keep up with what's going on. But Ben Jacobs has just basically confirmed what Paul Joyce has reported, saying that the Lavia bid has now been rejected. Southampton still adamant that they want the 50+ mil. Unclear yet if Chelsea will go higher, but the top priority in the next 40 hours is trying to get Caicedo done. I was meant to have Ben Jacobs on today, but he woke up very ill, sore throat, unwell, so he's going to try and get on either tomorrow or later in the weekend. He said he'll try and pop in with that. But I feel like now that the Lavia news will just die down now, ever since what happened yesterday, and I think now you'll start seeing the heat sort of heat up more on the Caicedo thing. Tyler Adams has had his first part of his medical. He's doing his second part, is what Fabrizio Romano said. So that's done as well. And then there's also this thing about Kepa players, which is quite interesting because Thibaut Courtois has an ACL injury. Bayern Munich have been showing big interest in Kepa, we're being told. What have you heard on this? I mean, it seems like Real Madrid and Bayern are going to go for it, but also from the Chelsea standpoint, does it mean that we're going to have to look for a main number one goalie now if this happens?
I don't think it will happen. I love the dopamine of Kepa potentially leaving, but I don't think it will happen. I think it's too late in the window. I don't think Chelsea accept the loan as well. If it did happen, though, I'd be interested to see what we do with the goalie, because maybe we just start Robert Sanchez and sign a backup to someone who was going to be a backup. I don't know. I don't think Kepa will leave on loan, personally. I don't think he will leave at all. I think it's too late in the window. Unless we get like a decent bid and, we feel like we have to get his wages off the books, I don't see it happening, personally.
I don't see Chelsea getting rid of him without having someone coming in. I know we've got Sanchez, but I think Sanchez is injured at the moment, isn't he? If I'm right in saying. But yeah, I don't see us
Sanchez isn't, no. Sanchez has been training.
Has he been training? Is it? All right. Okay, cool. So, he is available. So, I don't see us getting rid of one and not having another. And then there's talks about, could Chelsea go for a main goalie, like someone from AC Milan, for example? What's his name? Marganan, is it? Marganan, for example. Or someone of that caliber. I think it just all depends on what happens with Kepa and if he does go. Because if it is a loan with the option to buy, would Chelsea accept that? Maybe not. Maybe want the money just because they want to go and have to replace him. And I think I agree with Pies. I think we would have to sell him anyway. I think the Kepa news we just have to keep an eye out on for now and see what happens with that as well. Talking about football, obviously the season's starting again, Pies. We've been waiting, it feels like forever, for Chelsea to start. The Christopher Nkunku news was a bit of a downer, wasn't it? In theory, losing him. What do you think about the chances of Chelsea either getting a striker or maybe another attacker in Elise or something like that. Do you think that's still a possibility as well in what's going on as well with everything else?
Yeah, well, I thought we was going to get Lavia and Caicedo, and then maybe move to a 4-3-3, and maybe just use
Yeah,
the attacking mid money on the on Lavia, and just sort of dump that one. But I, I,
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see us getting Lavia and Caicedo. I think that'd be unbelievable. I just don't see it happening. It could
Mhm.
happen, but I'm not sure. I would say Caicedo and Adams, and then I think you will get that like attacking mid slash someone who can also play on the right. What I'd love to happen is us hijack Kudus once we get Caicedo. That would just be do that. Block Brighton's number. They would never do business with us again. It would be brilliant.
I'd love that as well. What about Elise? Do you think that's one that could happen? I mean, he's injured at the moment, isn't he, until September? Do you see that being, because there's talks about Man City interested in Doku? Is it Doku from
Yeah.
Belgium? Um, do you see Elise? Do you still see the links to Elise being legit with Chelsea? Or
Yeah, I think they are, but nothing's really happened on that one because, I don't think Crystal Palace has been quite cooperative from what I was understanding on like the injury side. So Chelsea may have to find out through the player. The player may have to have more scans and that type of thing to understand because I don't think Chelsea will move if he's out for too long personally because we need someone as well right now with
Mm,
Nkunku injured. So
mm.
that's why I'm not sure. Like unless we sign Elise and someone else. I don't know if that one's actually going to happen now because Nkunku's injured. We need someone to come in straight away. So yeah, I think that one is one to watch, but I don't think it's as strong.
It's
Um,
annoying
as it-
because I would have gone for Kudus over Elise, my opinion. I don't know what your preference was, but I would have gone for Kudus because I think it gives you the versatility. You can play in the 10 role. It would have covered the Nkunku role for me quite comfortably. Attacking midfielder that contributes to goals, scored 18 goals last season for Ajax in the league. So, I think he would have been perfect for us. Not to say that maybe we don't still do that. I don't know. Maybe we try and get this Caicedo one done and then maybe do something crazy there. I don't know, but people talking about Brower. Brower's is he training? I don't even know because that's the other thing that
yeah,
worries me.
he is.
We have one striker. Are we going to just use Jackson the whole season? Nkunku's out. What we're doing there is that Lukaku still on the books. We've got to get rid of him. What we're going to do there? The Vlahovic news for maybe like a swap deal with Lukaku. Do you think that's still a chance, or do you think that's not going to happen? We don't think Vlahovic to Chelsea will happen.
It's interesting last night because, like, I thought it was off. Like Fabrizio kind of hinted it was off, and then like it was like as of now, like we don't want to pay 35 million plus Vlahovic, plus Lukaku, which Juve want. I think we offered like 21 mil plus Lukaku, so there's like a big difference in price gap. I think I don't know. Guess it's how desperate Juve want and Allegri want Lukaku. I know their fans don't want him because they were invading the pitch and shouting, "We don't want Lukaku" yesterday. So that was quite funny. But yeah, I wouldn't rule it out totally, just because like it could be one later on in the window where like Juve come down on their demands and something is met in the middle. But yeah, right now I don't see anything happening soon. I think we'll go into the first few games with Jackson and Broyer and see how it goes from there. But I would have quite liked him to be honest with you. I think Jackson's going away to AFCON for a whole month in the
Is
start
he
of the new
really?
year. Yeah, and
Jesus.
start. I
Oh,
think
no,
is it
yeah,
December or the New Year? One of those two.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's January. But yeah, I mean, it's just whether you really think Broya can hold it down for that period of time. I mean, there's nothing to suggest he can't do, but obviously it's a little bit risky with that ACL injury. How many minutes does he get before Jackson goes away? Like, there's a lot of questions to sort of ask. I think.
100%. And I just still don't see Chelsea going into next season with just one striker. I know Brower's come his way back and it's an option, but he's not kicked ball for time, and that's the issue, I just think we need more up front now, especially now Nkunku's gone. And you've got to bear in mind, Nkunku for me was our killer. He was our killer. Like now he's out till what we're being told December. is a blow, but it gives Mudryk an opportunity to step up now and come in, and he's looked very sharp under Pochettino. And what I like about what I've seen with Chelsea so far on the Poch is it looks like there's a plan. They understand what they need to do. There's a system, and we've not seen that under Graham Potter or Lampard. We just kind of gone out there and have no way of or idea of how we're going to play. We just, I don't think we do anyway from what I watched us. So it's nice to see that there's an idea of what we're trying to do moving forward as well. And I want to see us bring. I really want to see us bring someone else in the attacking position. But I just feel like we're sort of waving on things a little bit as well with this whole Caicedo thing. And I don't know whether that's what's delaying everything else from being done. But maybe we'll get a knock-on effect. We get Caicedo, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang. Like that could happen. But I don't know. I agree. I think in terms of Caicedo, guys, I think like Piazza said, I think today's very important. If he's going to play on Sunday, we need to get it done today. And then he needs to be getting his way over to us and medicals and whatever before 12 a.m. tomorrow. And that's the real key in all of this as well. So I think we'll have to wait and see what happens with news in and around that. But other than that, Isaac, how you been, man? I've not seen you in a while. So how is everything? How's life at the moment? I'm assuming quite stressful, right?
I'm not doing too much at the moment, personally. Got a job interview next week, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, not doing too bad personally. I'm just, keeping up with the news and doing usual, running my website and that sort of thing.
How is the website? How is the podcast? Is there anything that we should be looking forward to that you can let the 600 people here know about? That they can...
Well, I might have Nathan Gissing on soon. I think I might have him on the podcast. I need to do another episode. It's been so hard this summer because a lot of journalists that I was trying to contact haven't done an episode in a while because most of them were out in America, so it's been really difficult. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see with that one, but yeah, I've got a comp coming out soon of Tyler Adams. If anyone wants to watch that, I think that could be quite good on my personal account, which is at Max London's First on Twitter. So yeah, I'm making that at the moment. That'd be quite good.
I'm looking forward to it. I have been watching that account actually. What is it? At Max London, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
London's First, yeah.
Yeah, at Max is London's First. Yeah, so this is all right, guys. This is his like. If you ain't following, go on. I was gonna say Twitter. It's not Twitter anymore, is it? It's X. Go on X and follow. Piers is what we call this personal account or like your podcast.
I guess, yeah. Like more professional account. I try. I don't know. Like for me, I kind of made this. It's growing nicely for sort of the future when I hope to go into like writing roles and that type of thing. And yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm not really sure, really. Yeah, more of a personal sort of account, I guess.
Personal account, yeah. All right. Well, I'll put it in the link in the chat, guys. There you go. Make sure, like before we all go from here, that you just go over there and give them a follow. There's still 600 people in here right now. Everyone keeps saying Kepa news. There ain't none. We don't know of any other than there's the potentials that there could be some interest in Bayern Munich and maybe Real Madrid. The fact that Chelsea's bid just short of the price required by the Saints for Lavia makes it seem it was a tactical bid. 100%. I agree with that. In terms of the Caicedo, go on. What was you going to say?
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I was told that by one person last night. I think that's definitely a possibility for sure. As I said, I don't know whether that sort of makes Brighton like, oh, I don't care still, or maybe it makes the negotiation easier because they might think that they're not going to get that money for Caicedo. I mean, I'm sure they would next summer anyway. Like he's going to perform, but like, is all these type of games go on? This type of other bids that affect other bids, and this is typical transfer window stuff, and we haven't had this for ages. This has not really happened this summer, so it's kind of taken everyone by surprise. And yeah, to be honest, I'm hesitant to say anything because I just can't rule us getting both, and I can't rule anything out really. It seems generic to say, but like with what's happened over the last 24 hours, like how can you think any different? It's kind of crazy, but I'm still confident on Caicedo.
And before we go back to Caicedo, and obviously this is part of what me and Piers do on these, is we try and keep you up to date with things. Nathan Gissins just came out of a quote on Pletty Goals comments, which just came out 4 minutes ago, which basically says that Kepa, Bayern have submitted an official offer to Chelsea. It's about a 1 year loan with an option to buy. Nathan Gissins says, as mentioned this morning, Bayern are working on a loan plus option to buy for Kepa. He's their number one target. Now, the offer has been submitted. So, there we go. offer's been submitted for Kepa, guys. Let's see what happens more with that. I mean, I'll be quite shocked if we accept that prize, because letting him go out on loan means we don't actually earn any money from it, do we? We earn a little bit, but not like, it's not like when you sell someone you can use the money. I don't see why we would do this without actually having a goalie there ready to come in. It just don't make no sense to me from our side.
I don't want to get excited, man. I don't want to get excited.
I think we all are.
I love it. I need this guy out of the club, man. I don't get excited.
Guys, what if you get Kepa is on his way to Bayern and Caicedo is on his way to Chelsea? How would you
Bro,
feel?
honestly, this would be the best summer ever. And Lukaku goes to Saudi for 40 mil. This would be the best summer ever.
We've got to get rid of him now. How is he still on our books? He's got to go somehow. He's not going to be involved in the Chelsea team next season anyway. What's the point? I know he's been training with us and whatever, but we've got to get rid of Lukaku, man. He's one we've got to get rid of. But there you go, guys. A bit of breaking news there. Offer been put forward for Kepa, or submitted from Bayern to Chelsea.
I wonder how much they've offered in the option. That'd be interesting.
Let's have a look. Have we got a Fabrizio Romano on that, or anyone? They've gone a bit quiet, haven't they? On the Caicedo one, what do you think will be the overall deal? Like, what do you think will get it done fee wise? How do you think we're going to do this to get him?
I think 90 plus 5 gets it done.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah, I think I think it will be 90 base fee. I don't think they'd accept 85. But to be honest with you, like, it's not really. I've been saying this to people. It's actually not that much about the number. It's more about the structure. Like, Chelsea could pay 100 million. Like, they could pay 95 plus 10 and make it, 105 million pounds. But if that is in 6 or 7 payments and 90 plus 5 is in 2 or 3 payments, then, Brighton would accept the lower fee because they get the money faster,
Who the hell? Yeah, I agree with what you're saying 100%. And that's why I think structure's key as well. But who the hell is this?
Fraser. He's a nice guy, but I don't. Personally, I don't rate the outlet he works for, so I question, the reliability. But he's a nice guy.
Who's the goalie? Not Fraser, but who is the goalie? Who is that goalie?
The Valencia guy. We've been linked to him anyway, so it's nothing really that new. We've been linked to him for ages.
Is he even good? I don't even see him. Watch him. He is good.
He's 6'6". He's a really good shot stopper, but he's not that good on the ball, from what I know. Well,
that don't help what we're trying to do, then, does it? We need goalies that are good with the ball. I mean, Sanchez brings that, doesn't he? To be fair, but yeah, Liverpool did not bid for Caicedo. Yeah, everyone, it's weird. You've got so many conflicting reports about it. It must be so hard doing what you do, because you've got some journalists that say, there was an offer put forward, the Matt Laws, the Steinbergs. On the flip side of it, you've got others saying that there wasn't an offer put forward. So it's what slightly annoys me with it all, especially on social media. It's like, I know they've got their own sources, but it's very conflicted, isn't it? They're not all on the same page, are they? Ever, about things. So it just becomes a bit frustrating. What? Have you seen this? I've got to show you this quickly. It just made me laugh. Watch. Someone put, what the fuck is this?
I saw that. The fact they cut the clip off when he was trying to round the goalie, he definitely fell over or something.
Look, his left leg fell over the ball. Look.
Oh my god.
What's your thoughts on Sterling?
Sterling picks up, man. He's been terrible, honestly.
The thing is, it's annoying because I know he can contribute to goals, and in a system that has a structure and is being created more, and you've seen it with City.
What the fuck? Why are they so weird step over?
What? It's not even. That's what I'm saying. It's like a baby step over. I don't know what he's doing. It's like a half step over. I've never seen anything like it.
I saw that earlier. I was waiting for someone to clip that and quote it.
Oh man, I just saw it and I was like, I've got to share this to people. This is funny. Yeah, I thought that'd make people laugh. So yeah, guys. So what do we know up to this point now? Well, there's a formal bid being put forward for Kepa via Bayern Munich. Chelsea, what we're being told, very close to Caicedo was laughing in the chat. Caicedo being done. Watch out for the next couple of hours, maybe evening. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some news on that. If we do, there's a good chance that you may see us on again with some more news on that. And like Pi said, don't write off the Lavia thing as well. Who knows? We could just go Caicedo, bang, announce 50 million, bang, announce. Like, it could happen. You just don't know with Chelsea. This is the crazy thing about our club. We just don't know. But the one thing I would say about our club, and I know our owners get a lot of stick from certain individuals, they've already shown us that when they want to get things done, they get it done. Look at the way they moved with the Mudryk deal. How quick that took them to fly over there and bring him back. Look what they did with Enzo Fernandez. Didn't give up all the way to the last hour of that, getting him signed and whatever. In terms of the intentions of the owners and what they try and do for this club, I think the intentions are there. I think they are trying their best to get things done and you know, get the business structured in the way that they want to get it structured and whatever. And I know a lot of people question mark them about being slow and this is dragging and this, that, and the other. But I mean, Pies, let's just quickly talk about the owners. Have you been impressed by them, specifically in the window so far, as of what they've done up to this point? There might have been a couple of signings who would have been like, why did they do that? But overall, do you think they've done quite well or trying to do quite well to this point?
Yeah, I think it's hard because obviously Bowley is not in charge of transfers anymore. But
Yeah,
you know, I think the directors more so, like Paul and Sonny and Lawrence Stewart, have done very well in terms of the sales. We'll see with the incomings. I definitely am a bit disappointed and have definitely been annoyed with like the timings. Like I do think we could have done Caicedo a week or two earlier, personally, but you know, we'll see what happens. It's just important to get these players in. To get our priority targets is the most important, and if we
100%.
do that, we can't really have much complaints.
I agree. And if they get Caicedo, they've got Tyler Adams in, they potentially improve the forward line. You know, this ain't all going to be done by Liverpool, by the way, guys. This is not all going to be done by the time you know, we play Liverpool. I think we need to understand that. So I think it's just about a waiting game. But with the Caicedo, let's wait and see. If you're not following Pies, give him a follow, guys. He will keep you updated on everything. He keeps me updated most of the times anyway. I've always got got alerts on him. But Pies, I mean, there's not much more to say really other than we just got to wait, haven't we? Tyler Adams is officially signed. It's just now waiting who's next and when does Caicedo get done, you know? And do you think we should just stay optimistic as Chelsea fans and just be patient? It seems like you're quite confident that this is going to get done.
Yeah, stay patient. Not long now, I don't think. You know, today, tomorrow, Saturday at the very latest, I think something happens with Caicedo. I really do think Chelsea will try and get him presented, I think, at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. But, you know, like, the reason why I say this is, like, what else really is there to do? Like, player wants to leave. He's not been traded. Chelsea are clearly, like, ready to go higher now, whereas before they were trying to negotiate the deal down. And I think there's just, like, that level of acceptance now that, you know, it's a certain... Like, his level of acceptance that I think it needs to be done, and Chelsea have, like, hopefully realised, and I say hopefully because you never know, but hopefully realised that it's either, like, put up or shut up, I guess, in terms of the money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we need players in, man. It's been too damn long. Like, it really has.
It does. And I agree with the pain. It feels like pain, to be honest, all of this and the waiting. So keep an eye out, guys, for the rest of today. This, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get something. If not, tomorrow. Hopefully we wake up with some good news and we can move on from this Caicedo long dramatic drama. And yeah, I feel the same. I feel that something's cooking. They're definitely looking to have a good food, great meal, I think, on this one. So we'll see what happens. But guys, make sure you smash the likes before you leave. Leave a comment below as well. Let us know what you thought about today's show. Your thoughts on Caicedo, Lavia. Do we get both? Do we not? Tyler Adams has been announced. Do we get 3? Do we get 2? Let us know in the chat what you think as well. I'll be back again very, very soon with some more Chelsea news. Hopefully the next show I do will be with Caicedo and a couple of others, hopefully, that we can talk about. Who knows? But big love to every single one of you guys. And we will be back very, very shortly, guys. Take care, guys. We'll see you in a bit.